Today, I will be doing a tier list of flat rides. And first, thank you to me for making the tier list. And, yeah, also, by the way, this is the first time I'm using my new mic. Tell me in the comments if it sounds good down below. I just need to tweak a couple settings, maybe. I got to see how it sounds after the recording and see what I got to do after. But, obviously, we got the normal tiers. We got S being the very tippy top. A being very good still, B being like pretty good, C being slightly below average, D being it's okay, it's a family ride, not the best, and F being that it should be removed from the park immediately. And yeah, let's dive right in with the very first one being Skyhawk. I'm going S. I'm going S tier with this one. I think that Skyhawk is very good. The swinging back and forth is very fun, especially since you don't have any of those over-the-shoulder restraints. You got those nice little lap bars, and those things are very good because it allows for a lot of room and aren't that uncomfortable. But when you do get stapled, it can be a problem sometimes, but it's still very good. I love looking down at the ground. The airtime is phenomenal. Yeah, the perfect flat ride in my opinion. Still my favorite to this day. Next up, Matterhorn. I think I'm gonna go C tier with this one. This ride feels, it's not like, it's out of control. I'll say that. It feels very out of control because it feels like it's going to fall apart in the best way possible. It's a very old ride that's been around Cedar Point for a long time. It's been moved a lot, but it's still a very good ride. And getting swung and feeling like you're gonna like flip is very fun. The only thing is that it's like kind of small. It's not that big. Yeah, if it was like bigger, it'd be a little bit better, bigger and faster, because it feels fast on ride, which is kind of cool, but it's really not that fast. So if it was a little faster, it'd be cooler. But yeah. I'm going to put it in C tier. Might move it around later, but it's going to stay there for now. And, all right, we got Soul Spin. First one from Cedar Point. By the way, I only did Cedar Point, Kings Island, and one Islands of Adventure ride. Because I went to SeaWorld, but they have no flat rides. Islands has one good one. And, yeah, Cedar Point and Kings Island have a lot of them, but I haven't been on all of them because they have a ton, and a lot of them are kiddie rides that aren't good. But Soul Spin, we're going to go A tier. I think this ride is very unique because I haven't been on anything else like it, to be honest. It's very good. Not S. I wouldn't say it's S tier. S tier might be Skyhawk only because that ride is that phenomenal. I think that the spinning is very cool. I think that it's pretty intense. I will say, once you actually get fully like in a loop, it's kind of crazy because at the bottom you get intense G's, and at the top you get almost like an airtime feeling. It's very weird, but it's very fun. So that's why I have it at A tier, not S, because I just don't think that it deserves S, but it's still very good, very, very good. Yeah. Next we got Dodgem. We're gonna go D. D. It's just bumper cars, okay? Now bumper cars can be fun, but compared to all these other rides on this list, it's not going to be better, if I had to say. Because bumper cars are good. Yeah, you get to hit some people. Yeah, that's all good and dandy. It's fun to do that sometimes, but I would never choose it. And also, I feel bad for those people. If you've ever been to Kings Island, you know that they have a couple people stationed around the park where they have a wheel. And instead of paying for Fast Pass, you pay like $5 or $10, however much, for a single-use Fast Pass. But the thing is, you don't get to choose. You spin a wheel, and you get that ride. And Dodgem is on there. And I feel bad for anybody that lands on Dodgem, because if I spent $10 on a single-use Fast Pass and I got Dodgem, I would be sickened. I would be so upset. But I don't know. It's cool for kids, I suppose. Another kids one that I will put over We got the I forget the auto ride from Kings Island, I believe. I also have the Cedar Point one on here. Both kids rides, so can't go that high, but the views are nice. Yeah, driving it's cool. They're not super quick, but the views alone is pretty cool. It's a pretty long ride, so yeah. And going on to a actual good flat ride, we got Dr. Doom's Fearfall. We're gonna go top of A. I love this ride. Now, is it the best ever? No. After that launch, it dies off very quickly because you're just bobbling up and down, not doing a whole lot. But yeah, the theming's great. I love the little speech before you actually launch up. I think that's very cool. This thing never has a line, surprisingly, so I always like doing it on my way in and way out of the park. And yeah, if it was actually like more consistent, it'd be S tier, but can't be that high. All right, we have another kids ride. We got the carousel at the front of Cedar Point. I'm gonna go in front of Dodgem. All right. I think the carousels are no. It's going below Dodgem. At least Dodgem is cool because you get to hit people, while the carousel you just sit there and don't do anything. Okay, you literally don't do anything because you just sit on your little horse and you go about your day. All right, it's cool, not the best. Yeah, there's not much else I can say on it. Looks cool at the front of the park. Not the best ride. We got blue side of Power Tower. Now, I believe the blue side is the one that drops you down like a normal drop tower. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But I believe that the blue one is the one that launches you down like a normal drop tower. So we're gonna hit it with a B. It's a pretty tall ride. I want to say 300. I don't know exactly. It's around there, 250-ish maybe. It's up there in height, and it's good. It's like normal drop tower. The airtime down is good. The over-the-shoulder restraints I actually don't mind a lot. And another ride with the exact same over-the-shoulder restraints because it's literally on the other side. Got the one that launches you up. We're going to also go B, but I'm going to go above the blue one. Yeah. It's basically Dr. Doom, but without the theming. Because it's literally the exact same thing, but I guess slightly taller. Because Dr. Doom is not that tall. You get good views. The airtime up is great. And then you just bobble there. You get to take in the scenery of Cedar Point. The airtime is very fun, and you do get launch out of your seat a little bit. And we're going on to Zephyr. I don't know why I remember the name of this ride. It's the swing ride at Cedar Point by Maverick. We're going to go C tier. I think these rides are fun. They're good for the kids, and they get good views. Now, they don't pull insane forces or nothing, but just flying around is honestly a great way to like indulge in that back part of the area. And I'm not gonna name my friend, but me and like 3 of my friends went to Cedar Point like at the beginning of the summer, and he is not the biggest guy when it comes to roller coasters, so we did this a lot. We did it like 3 times just because we're just dumb teenagers and we're just going on kids rides. It was very fun. So maybe that bumps it up a little bit for me. But yeah, it's just a swing ride, pretty good. And another swing ride, but 300 feet taller. We got Windseeker at Kings Island and Cedar Point. I'm gonna put the Kings Island one in bottom B, and I'm gonna put the Cedar Point one top C. Now, these rides are cool when they're open, but they're never open. And the reason why I gave the bump to Kings Island's one is because I feel like that one's more open. That one's open more. The one at Cedar Point is never open. Never. It's incredibly hard to find this thing on a open day. I don't know why they would ever add it to, because it's very sensitive to wind, and Cedar Point literally gets like wind all the time. So I don't know why they would do that. But you get good views, no roll forces, getting tilted 45 degrees is very cool. And it's basically just Zephyr, but taller and better. So, yeah. Next we got Delirium. Let's go middle B. I think this and Soul Spin are in the debate for the best flat ride at Kings Island, because, I don't know, Soul Spin isn't as big, Delirium is pretty big, and the swinging factor is basically just Skyhawks, but instead you have the over-the-shoulder restraints, which sucks. So, those things are terrible. Huss aren't my favorite of the spinning model. Now, they're the only ones I've been on, but just looking at the other ones, like the one that, I forget the one company. They're adding one, they're always the ones that, like, have, like, them at, like, 200 feet tall. But those restraints, I've heard that are very nice, and they're just bigger, you know. These ones are not as tall, and while I'm at it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go top B, because Max Air is just smaller. The restraints are somehow even worse, and not as good. Both are good, kind of. The swings have a little bit of good air time if you can get over the bad restraints, but it could be a lot better. All right, we got Drop Tower. The only drop tower on this list, because, yeah, all the parks I've been to don't really have many drop towers, surprisingly. But we are going to go... Where do I go with this? Let's go top A. I'm going to go top A with the drop tower here. Very short, very fun. You go up like 300 feet. You get dropped down like a normal drop tower. And the suspense up there is crazy. It's crazy suspense. But you get dropped down. You get that gut-wrenching feeling, which is pretty intense. And you get the good airtime the entire way down. And the brakes don't pump in until like 50 feet away from the ground. So you feel like you're just going to smack into the ground, which makes it even better, unless you don't like that. Obviously, then it's not going to be fun. But I liked it a lot. All right, we got the other other car ride. We're going to go D. It's just the one at Kings Island, but has better views. If you've watched any of my YouTube shorts, you'll see that some of my videos that I've taken are actually from this ride, which they look sick. So that's why it's a little bit higher up. But first F tier of the list, I hate this ride. Linus Launchers, trash. Horrible. I hate it. The restraints are so bad. They're so bad. But it's literally just plastic with metal on your back. It's horrible. And if you were going, it's so painful. And I'm so glad that it's literally just a family ride, because I'm pretty sure it's the same restraints on those roller coasters that everybody says are horrible. The one at Canada's Wonderland, I forget what it's called, but I think it's the same restraints, but just on a family ride, which should be classified as torture, but it's not. And horrible. Hope I never have to go on it again. And then last one on the list, we got the same ride as Zephyr, but it's just at Kings Island. So we're going to go in the exact same spot, because it's the same ride. The swings are very nice. The view isn't actually as good, because the view on Cedar Point's one, you get a good view of Maverick. Well, this you get a good view of Racer, but they're the exact same ride in the end. That's why they're in the same tier. Get some good swings around. Nothing intense for the family, you feel me? So, yeah, that will finish off our tier list for the day. In S tier, we have Skyhawk. A tier, we have Drop Tower, Dr. Doom, Delirium, Soul Spin. B tier, we got Max Air, both sides of Power Tower, Windseeker at Kings Island. At C tier, we have Windseeker at Cedar Point, Matterhorn, both of the swing rides at both parks. D tier, we got Cadillac Motor Cars, we got Auto Cars, this time at Kings Island, Dodgem, In the carousel and F tier, we have Linus launchers. This is the tier list. I like where everything's at. Now that I'm looking at the list, I need to ride more of these flat rides because I've done a lot of the major ones, some of the mediocre ones, but I really need to get out and ride more of these because the ones at the top are very fun, but the ones at the bottom are terrible. Especially Linus launchers. Hate that ride. But, yep, that is the video for today. And if you liked it, subscribe, vote on my community tab, and obviously, have a good day.